So what if I told you that getting rich has way less to do with what you know and a whole lot more to do with how you behave? Today, we're taking the brilliant psychological insights from Morgan Housel's The Psychology of Money and mashing them up with the super practical framework from Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad. The goal? To build a single, powerful playbook for wealth that actually lasts. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's kick things off with a real head-scratcher. On one side, you've got Ronald Read, a humble janitor who, to everyone's surprise, left behind an $8 million fortune when he passed away. Then you have Richard Viscone, a Harvard-educated top executive at Merrill Lynch, who went bankrupt. How on earth is that possible? This is the central puzzle we're going to solve today, and I'll give you a hint. It has almost nothing to do with intelligence or education.
You see, that story proves a really critical point. Managing money isn't a hard science like physics, with these fixed rules that always work. No, it's a soft skill. And in that world, how you behave is way more important than what you know. The real battlefield isn't the stock market, it's right between your own two ears.
And this is where it starts to get really interesting. We see people doing what look like totally crazy things with their money all the time, right? Like buying lottery tickets instead of putting that cash into a savings account. And we're so quick to judge them, to call them irrational. But are they really?
Morgan Housel just nails it with this quote. He says, "No one is crazy. Every single financial decision we make is just the product of our own unique life story." Think about it. Someone who grew up dirt poor might buy a lottery ticket, not because they think it's a good investment, but because it's the only way they feel they can buy a tangible piece of a dream. What seems completely irrational to you might be perfectly logical through their eyes, based on their experiences.
And it's not just about our personal history. We also have to face the fact that a huge part of our financial outcomes is guided by stuff that's completely out of our control. I mean, take Bill Gates. Absolute genius, no question. But he also had some insane one-in-a-million luck. He just happened to go to one of the only high schools in the entire world that had a computer back in 1968. Now, what about his friend, Kent Evans? Just as brilliant, same big dreams. But he experienced one-in-a-million risk and died in a mountaineering accident before he could even graduate. You see, luck and risk are like inseparable twins, and they play a much, much bigger role than we ever want to admit.
This brings us to probably the hardest financial skill of all, just getting the goalpost to stop moving. Capitalism is fantastic at generating wealth, but it's even better at generating envy. You know the feeling, right? You get a nice raise and you're on top of the world until you hear your coworker got a slightly bigger one. The thing about social comparison is that it's a game you can literally never win. There's always a bigger fish. It's what drives people who have millions to risk everything, their family, their freedom, just to chase billions. It's the danger of never enough.
All right, so if our own mindset is the core problem, shaped by our past, by luck, by that endless trap of comparison, how do we start to fix it? Well, we can start by changing the very definitions we use for money and success.
First up, let's talk about being rich. Being rich is really just about your current income. It's loud, it's visible. You see someone driving a $150,000 car and you think, wow, they're rich. But all we actually know is that they spent $150 grand. We see the spending, but we have no idea what their balance sheet looks like.
Now, being wealthy, that's a completely different game. Wealth is what you don't see. It's the income that you didn't spend. It's the nice car you decided not to buy, the first-class upgrade you passed on. Real wealth is quiet. It's hidden away in savings and investment accounts, just working and growing in the background.
And this right here is where these two amazing books click together perfectly. Housel's idea of rich versus wealthy is the exact same principle Robert Kiyosaki built Rich Dad Poor Dad on. You see, looking rich usually means you're spending your money on liabilities, things that take money out of your pocket, like a huge car payment. But becoming truly wealthy is all about using your income to buy assets, things that put money in your pocket, like rental properties or stocks that pay dividends. They are two sides of the very same coin. Real wealth isn't built on looking good, it's built on growing your asset column.
And this shift in focus, from trying to look rich to actually becoming wealthy, it's not just playing with words. It completely redefines the whole point of money. If the goal isn't just to have more stuff, then what are we really working for?
Turns out, the greatest thing money can buy isn't a luxury car or a bigger house. It's control over your own time. It's the simple but profound ability to wake up in the morning and have choices, to not be chained to a desk at a job you hate just to make ends meet. That's the real prize.
And here's the kicker, that freedom, that control over your own life, is what truly makes people happy. It's way more powerful than just a high salary. Having savings in the bank gives you that control. It gives you the power to walk away from a toxic job, to take time off to learn something new, or to just be patient and wait for the right opportunity to come to you. That kind of freedom is the highest return you will ever get on your money. Period.
Okay, so we've reset our mindset, we've redefined the goal not as stuff, but as freedom. So how do we actually translate all this into a practical, step-by-step plan? Let's build the playbook.
The single most powerful tool in this entire playbook isn't some crazy investing skill, it's time. And nobody, I mean nobody, shows the magic of compounding better than Warren Buffett. Yeah, we all know he's a brilliant investor, but his real secret weapon? He's been a brilliant investor consistently for over 75 years. Our brains just aren't wired to understand that kind of exponential growth.
Now check this out. It's absolutely wild. A mind-boggling 99.9% of Warren Buffett's net worth was earned after his 50th birthday. Let that sink in for a second. 99.9%? That is the ridiculous, almost unbelievable power of compounding interest. The goal isn't necessarily to get the absolute highest returns, it's to get pretty good returns that you can stick with for the longest possible time.
So, we can boil this whole philosophy down into a simple 5-step playbook. First, define enough. You have to get off that social comparison treadmill by deciding what a rich life means to you, not to your neighbor. Second, save aggressively. A high savings rate is your foundation, period. Third, build a margin of safety. Life is going to throw you curveballs, so have enough cash on hand to be financially unbreakable. 4, acquire assets, not liabilities. Use your savings to buy things that put money in your pocket, not take it out. And finally, number 5, maybe the hardest step of all, be patient. Just let time and the quiet magic of compounding do all the heavy lifting for you. So let's end with this final thought. The ultimate goal here isn't just a bigger number in a bank account. It's to get to a point where money is no longer a source of stress in your life, to have the real freedom to live completely on your own terms. So the question I want to leave you with is this. What is one choice you can make today, no matter how small it seems, to start buying back a little piece of your own time?